The hard truth that we often don't want to admit is that the healing journey, the growth journey, is extremely painful. Usually, it takes some sort of canon event, some large, unfortunate, surprising thing that happens, whether it's a breakup or losing your job or some sort of unexpected occurrence that triggers your healing journey and your journey back to self. So you're already going through a very difficult, vulnerable time in your life. But also, you not only have to decide that in this dark, deeply painful moment that you're going to pick yourself up and move forward and decide to choose growth and love instead of fear and staying small. But also, on top of that, you literally have to die to the past versions of yourself that whether that tolerated and accepted those events, and you've also been fundamentally changed to your core. So these past beliefs and these past actions that you accepted in the past have to literally die. And dying to past versions of yourself that accepted less than you deserve or stayed in places where you were playing small, but also the version of you that tolerated these things and believed these things has to actually die. So it is a grieving process because you are not the same person that you were before this event happened, before you decided that you're going on this healing journey. You now see things differently. You've woken up to the fact that that is not who you want to be, that is not what you want to tolerate. And grieving past versions of yourself is extremely real because you have to have so much empathy for the past version of yourself that tolerated less because that was the best that you could do at that moment. At every moment, we are doing the best that we can, whether it's self-protection, in believing that we need to stay in something smaller than us because it feels safe, because we feel that we're not deserving of more. But when you decide that you need to change and that you want more for yourself, that you want to expand and grow and align with a higher version of yourself, it's going to be really painful because everything that you knew and everything that you believed will start to crumble because as you're building this new identity with this new self-belief in love and belief in more that is possible for you, you have to let go of all of the past limiting beliefs that actually you were using as self-protection. When you were believing that this is as good as it gets or that this is as much as I deserve, you were creating safety because you were thinking, oh, it feels safe here. Like if I try to go out for more, maybe I won't get it. And so it just feels safe to stay here. When you decide that you do deserve more and that there is more out there and that the universe is abundant and that you are capable of receiving more, it'll be extremely painful and scary because you're letting go of all of these limiting beliefs that you had been living under and limiting yourself with. And once you break that ceiling that you've just artificially created for you in your mind, everything becomes possible. But that's extremely scary too. I think we have a lot of glamorization around the healing journey and growth and how you'll just feel so much better. And the truth is that you have to go through the pain of shedding old identities, old limiting beliefs, things that are holding you back first. And that is not easy. And that is why it takes so much growth and inner power to get to the next level of feeling that you're worthy of all of these things and naturally attracting them into your life. And the last thing that I'll say is that it is extremely worth it. While it may be painful to shed these old layers, once you recognize that these are not the beliefs that you want to carry, you will no longer be able to live at that level because you know that you deserve more and you know that there is more out there. And once you build the inner strength to get through the hard times, to show up for yourself when you don't want to recognize that you are dying to a past version of yourself, you are letting go of all those old layers. While it is extremely painful, it is a huge gift in retrospect because you will grow and change so much through this experience. And the inner strength that you build through this is unshakable. No one will ever be able to touch that because once you look back and recognize like that was one of the hardest moments of my life, but I still picked myself up. But I still showed up. It was extremely hard. Nobody else will know exactly how hard it was because you're the only one who experienced it. But you were able to stand up from that and pick yourself up and decide that you were going to become a better person from that, that you were going to grow and change and show up with more love and more empathy and more kindness for yourself and for others. No one can take that away. That is an inner strength and a core that is unshakable, and no one will ever be able to take that away from you. And one day, even if it's really, really painful right now, one day you will look back and think, I am so proud of myself for doing that. I can't believe I did that. And doing these kinds of hard things will build your inner confidence and strength to be able to show up even more and more in the future. And then at a certain point, your goal and your mission in life will just every day be to show up as the best version of yourself, because you'll remember, I went through that hard thing. I thought I was never going to get through that. I thought like it could not get worse. I could never recover from that. And then you did. You did. It's really amazing. You've got this.